Thank you everyone for joining me today. So today we're going to go over sexual harassment. My name is Brenda and we're just going to go over a few things here today. So sexual harassment. So the sexual harassment is a form of sex discrimination which violates the rights of Act 1964. We all rely on our employers to keep us safe and comfortable while we're at our workplace. So I have personally done one of these sexual harassment trainings. It's actually very informative and definitely something that we can use every day. So these are the things that we're going to go over today. So overview is what is sexual harassment, what different types of sexual harassment there is, where does the employee turn for justice, and also we're going to go over the EEOC, what they stand for, and also what they do for us. So let's go ahead and get started. What is sexual harassment? So sexual harassment is a behavior characterized by the making of unwelcome and inappropriate sexual remarks or physical advances in a workplace or other professional or social situations. So like I said earlier, sexual harassment is a form of sex discrimination that violates the Civil Rights Act of 1964. So what is unwelcome? Unwelcome means pretty much unwanted. So for this reason, it is important to communicate either verbally in writing or by your actions to the harasser that the conduct makes you uncomfortable and that you want it to stop immediately. So who can commit sexual harassment? Both men and women. The victim as well as the harasser may be a woman or a man. The victim does not have to be of the opposite sex. The harasser can be the victim's supervisor, an agent of the employee, a supervisor in another area, a co-worker, or a non-employee. The victim does not have to be the person harassed, but could be anyone affected by the offensive conduct. Okay. So here are some examples that I put down. So let's go ahead and get started with the first one. So verbal or written. So it can be making sexual or sex-based jokes, requesting sexual favors or dates, spreading rumors about a person's personal or sexual life, or threatening a person for rejecting or refusing sexual advances or overtures. Now physical would be impeding or blocking someone's movement, inappropriate touching of a person's body or clothing, kissing, hugging, patting, or stroking, also assaulting someone against his or her will without their consent. Nonverbal, looking up and down or staring at a person's body, making derogatory gestures or facial expressions of a sexual nature, and or following a person around. Visual would be something like displaying or sharing posters, drawings, pictures, screensavers, or emails of a sexual nature. So this is a graph that I found, or a picture, that I found. So it's not necessarily addressing sexual harassment, but a sexual assault can lead, a sexual harassment can lead into sexual assault. So here it says out of every 1,000 sexual assaults, 995 perpetrators will walk free. So that's a little scary. So it says 230 are reported to police, 46 reports lead to arrests, 9 cases get referred to prosecutors, 5 cases will lead to a felony conviction, and 4.6 rapists will be incarcerated. So sexual harassment is against the law. The laws against sexual harassment are designed to protect you from harassment by your boss, your supervisor, co-workers, customers, even clients that you have to deal with at work. So these laws apply to both men and women and prohibit sexual harassment whether it is directed at someone of the same or opposite sex. So if something like this were to happen to us, where do we go for justice? If you are sexually discriminated against, the EEOC will be your defender. Some of the several different ways to file include by mail or in person. The EEOC does not accept online or over-the-phone complaints, but however, they do allow you to start the process. When filing a claim in person, make sure you bring all materials needed to make your case, such as documents or witness statements. But also remember that federal employees have 45 days to contact the EEO counselor. So what is the EEOC? What does that stand for and what do they do? So EEOC stands for Equal Employment Opportunity Commission. The U.S. Equal Employment Opportunity Commission is responsible for enforcing federal laws. They do have the authority to investigate allegations of discrimination. They must fairly and accurately assess the allegations in the charge and then make a finding. So if sexual harassment has occurred, the EEOC will try to settle the charge. If the issue cannot be settled, the EEOC has the authority to file a lawsuit to protect the rights of the individuals and the interests of the public. So when investigating allegations of sexual harassment, EEOC looks at the whole record, the circumstances such as the nature of the sexual advances and the context in which the alleged incidents occurred. A determination on the allegations is made from fact on a case-by-case basis. So in conclusion, sexual harassment remains to be a persistent problem in the workplace at large, so we need to continue training all employees on reporting all incidents to their employers so they can address the issue. If you believe you have been a victim of discrimination of any kind, please do not hesitate to report it. Remember, prevention is the best tool to eliminate sexual harassment in the workplace. Does anyone have any questions? No? Well, I want to thank you for joining me here today. Have a great day, guys.